Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this important event from our special VOTP program. We are glad to have all of you here today to celebrate this VOTP Class 2023 graduation. We have supported us every step of the way. Their guidance, patience, and encouragement have been invaluable, and we are grateful for their unwavering dedication. Thank you so much for being part of this VOTP family, for your time, and giving us the best in every class. So please give a warm welcome to our teacher, Robert and Dan!
Really grateful to be here with you, and I'm grateful for all that you have done and given us, because being with you is like, it's not like being like a job. It's like us being together and doing this community stuff together. So I mean, in my past I've had jobs where I would have trouble getting up in the morning thinking like, oh, how am I going to get through another day of work, right? But I never feel that way here with you all, with VOTP and with you all. So to me, that's a really great gift. Sometimes we forget to recognize the great gifts that we get in life. And so I always appreciate every day being with you. So, thank you for you. This semester also, I think you realize you've done a lot of work. Like, especially these last few weeks in both of our classes, you've been super busy, right? And maybe you complain in the WhatsApp group. I'm not sure, but you don't you don't complain in front of me. And so when I look at the American Workplace presentation, this new thing that we're doing for the first time this semester is totally new for me, right? So yesterday, when I was meeting with Begonia, Natana, and Francesca, they were doing their presentation. I was like thinking like, this is great, and this is all new, right? So I guess my point is I thank you for the focus that you've put into doing things that are really hard, even though it takes a lot of time. And my hope is just that you're learning a lot from it and getting this really great experience. So for me, it's just awesome to watch everything that you do and all the hard work that you put in and the amazing things that you do. I said yesterday after I watched Francesca and Natana and Begonia, I said, wow, this was way better than the presentations I used to go to at Genentech, right, at my job.
And the first secret that I want to share with you is that our goal for this semester has always been that you learn the language of the office. That's it. This class actually is not a business class. It's not required that you learn the software. The real reason for this class's existence is to teach you the language of the software. Think about how far you have come towards that goal. Maybe you forgot that this was your goal. You're so busy with all of your projects. But really, our goal for you this semester has always been language. And when it comes to language, maybe you've forgotten what it was like before you knew how to annotate, before you knew how to use Zoom and Canvas and Windows and Word and Excel and Access. Maybe, but it was a long time ago. So many contributors. Everybody in this class has found a different way to contribute to the team. There are people here who are leaders, and then there are people here who are speakers, and then there's people who are helpers, and there's some people who do all of that. And then there's some people who are doers. You guys have all shown that you are doers, because I know that you're doers because of what we've done together. Introduction to Computers involves 7 to 15 projects every week. You've had to spend at least, 7 to 20 hours per week putting these lessons together, putting these projects together. In the future, when you have your job interview, you can stand up and be proud of graduating from this program, because it's more than just studying. It really is doing, and not just doing it once. It's doing it again and again. and again and again and again and again. It's a lot of repetition. You know, it's like the first time you do it, you don't really know what you're doing. But after you do it 3 or 4 times, then you start to get an idea of what it is you're doing. And I hope that you can remember it. And remember, not just remember how to do it, but remember how to say it. This is a language class. You know, this is a class where you're supposed to learn the language of computers and the office and the real world, right? So, congratulations to each and everybody here.
You know, I think Robert always tells you to grab every opportunity, right? If an opportunity comes up, go for it. Aim high. Try something new, right? Push yourself, right? Do those sound like words you've heard from Robert? Maybe?
Maybe slightly other words.
Slightly other words. That kind of idea. Yeah. And, you know, when I was here working in VOTP, this is the place where my heart lives. Here with you in VOTP. I love this program so much because I love how dedicated you are and how hard you work and your focus on your goals and your amazing energy and the way that Robert and Dan make a place for you to express that energy and to grow and to find opportunities and to pursue them, to pursue those opportunities. And we have so many amazing, successful VOTP graduates. And now you're here and you're going to follow that same path, right? To deciding what your goal is, researching it, networking, preparing, getting your resume ready, practicing the job interview skills, learning all those computer skills. I know my lab could kill you, right? You've accomplished so much, and I'm so proud of you. And we're here for you. You're here pursuing your own goals for yourself, but your energy makes this program what it is. And it's like the shining star. It's like the jewel in the crown of our ESL program. You are role models for other students. Have you used that term, role model? Right? Like the other students look up to you. Remember when you applied for VOTP and you saw those students come, you're like, I want to be like that? Remember? I want to come and speak so confidently in front of others in English. And now that's you.
Jim Ping, in recognition of satisfactory completion of the prescribed curriculum in the ESL Vocational Office. Congratulations, Coco!
Thank you. Hello everyone. It's great to see you again. Today is a day we are celebrating. We worked hard for 2 semesters and completed all VOTP courses.
We definitely feel your presence. So I'm glad you were able to join us. And thank you for the kind words that you said, which I think represent what most people here are feeling. So we're thankful for that, as we're thankful for your very active participation throughout the year, right? You were very active. You brought a lot of joy, support, happiness, and energy to the program. So I'm really thankful for that.
Hangzhou, China? Are we? Are you in Hangzhou? What time is it right now? What time is it in China? 1:30. Is it 1:30? 1:30 a.m.? Yes. Oh. 1:30 a.m.? You know, it looks like it, with her backdrop, she can't hear me. Boy, you overcome the obstacles. You and Cindy together. You and Cindy, we always overcome the obstacles together. All right, you're an inspiration, Coco. Thank you.
Happy for you, and I am also
also happy that I could still participate in this VOTP graduation even after I graduated last semester. And I also thank you guys that letting me help the VOTP recruitment. So it's such an honor to help you all, and I know finishing VOTP was not easy, but you all did it. So I'm so proud of you and wish you all the best.
Happy to see you and feel your energy and your happiness. So I have in my notes that when you first started that you mentioned that you were a lawyer at an insurance company in Moscow. Is that right? And that you want to go to UCSF?
So, it's an honor to teach so many smart students here that have such a rich history, a rich background. I don't know if I've ever had a class of students with such a diverse group of professions that they came from. So, great.
Really know you much in Zoom. And then when we've had these events where we've gotten together, I think you've come to all of them. And so it was a real pleasure for me to see you, to get to know you. And you have great communication abilities in English, which was also, I mean, I see it in your assignments, but it was nice to see it in person as well. So also, I know you've got a full-time job, so you're not available from 8 until 5 every day, yet you've managed to do everything. When we had team projects like the recruiting or whatever, you're eager to help, even though you're not available during the day. So we appreciate that you managed to stay in and finish up, even though you were super busy.
Any of the Zoom meetings, but I was trying to do all of the assignments. And I want to thank Robert because when I first had the interview, you gave me the chance to be able to have this, to join VOTP because honestly, I wanted to do something for myself. I've been working a lot and I also have 2 kids. So my schedule is really busy that everything, all the activities, everything is for my kids. So at some point, I think I forgot about myself. I was taking one of those classes, and then the teachers shared about the VOTP. So I signed up. I didn't think I was going to make it because the schedule and everything, but I was able to express everything to Robert. So I really thank you and Dan also. All of the assignments, honestly, were very, very, very difficult for me because I didn't know anything about computers. But following all of the instructions, checking all of the recordings and everything, I was able to complete almost everything.
VOTP is really a diverse. So through some group work or recruitment project, sometimes we needed to negotiate with each other towards the goal. Sometimes we struggle to understanding each other. But these experiences are really useful for me because especially when I work in San Francisco. San Francisco is a diverse city, also Bay Area as well. So now I can expect their perspective and also I can prepare these many situations.
Tommy, congratulations. And I really appreciate your participation and contributions to VOTP in the time that you've spent with us. I know you are I appreciate your awareness of the diversity and helping ensure that we have a fair and diverse environment and that we're keeping up with the specific needs of today and of San Francisco and the Bay Area. So Asami pointed out to me that I was using sort of old material for the cover letters, where in many years ago, maybe not so many years ago, cover letters always began with dear Mr. or dear Ms. plus the last name. And she pointed out to me that that might not be appropriate, right? We might not know the gender preferences of the people. And so when she pointed it out to me, I thought that's an excellent point. And I went and did some research and found out, you know what? It's now become more common to use the full name, right? Dear Asami Hafner or Dear Robert Griffith. So I changed the material. So I'm thankful for your keeping up to date, aware of the environment that we're in, and also having the courage to point out things to me so that I could improve materials for everybody and help everybody be current with today's world and the world we live in. So
We didn't see you very often in class because you had a full-time job. So obviously you've overcome the obstacles, and you've helped me become a more polite teacher as well. You know, I think maybe, I don't know, I lived in Japan for a few years. In fact, I lived in Osaka. We had the same hometown, and that really taught me how to be polite too. So when I think of you, it reminds me of those days, and I want to thank you for your politeness.
My name is Diane Wallace, and I'm an ESL teacher at CCSF. And today I was invited to say a few words about one of your classmates, Cindy Chen. Cindy joined one of my classes at the John Adams campus in February of 2020. And right from the beginning, Cindy really impressed me because she was so interested in every assignment, everything that we did in the class. She would always take every assignment seriously. She would ask questions, she would do the homework, and it was such a pleasure to have her in the class.
I tell you a secret. First, I was rejected first time when I applied for VOTP. That was 2 years ago. I know that was my fault because my English not good enough at that time. So when I met Kotone, Kanako at Diane's class, they told me, Cindy, it's time to apply again.
Yeah, we didn't realize what we missed until she came back. When she came back, I realized that you are the heart of this problem. This program, not the problem. You're the heart of this program. That, like, I didn't realize that you were such an important part of it. But I do remember that your classmates reminding me to make recordings of our sessions. And that was because you were reaching out to them, that you were watching each one of those. So sometimes I kind of lost perspective, but this semester we really tried to make those recordings so that you could stay with us, and I'm so glad that you were there. Thank
Robert, you have no idea how important you were for me, you were to me, because when I got here in the US, I have no confidence with my English, with work, if I can get a job here. And you show me that it's difficult, but it's not impossible. That all my background, my work experience, my life have meaning here. So I know that I can reach my goals. You are part of this.
your work experience, your great work experience, and your skills and capabilities. And yet you were kind of quiet, and I feel like, and I think you also expressed to me your lack of confidence in your ability to speak and to, do challenging jobs, because your jobs are always related to communications, right? Journalism and so forth, and so that's a real challenge. So to me, I don't get that many opportunities to listen to you speak this semester, more last semester, but as I hear you speaking now, I can hear your English much improved, your pronunciation much improved, and your confidence speaking English in front of people much improved. It's very noticeable to me, and that makes me very happy to see that very big, positive development. And I'm glad to hear you say it from your perspective, that you also feel that way.
Oh, Lila, well, I call her Lila P, because there used to be 2 Lilas in this class. There was 2 Lilas, and I didn't know either one of them, but I did get to know this one, and the reason why is because she did her work.
Such a big part of this program for the past year, not always in a loud way, but you're always there. And I always feel like I have complete trust in you. Sometimes I rely on your opinions because I know that you're sort of observing everything carefully. You're thinking about everything carefully. And also thinking about questions and things that people might not understand, that might not be so clear. So I recognize when you have a question that I need to listen because it's a question that might be relevant and important to all. I know you've been super helpful. You've been super helpful to me. I'm sure you've been super helpful to everyone. And I feel like you're just a trusted advisor, someone I can always count on, and someone whose opinion I always value.
Yeah, Joycey, when I think about everybody's role in this program, there are the leaders and there are the contributors. And the way you contribute to this program is by helping your classmates. It's pretty obvious that a lot of your classmates owe you a lot of hours and help that you've helped them. So I want to thank you for doing a little bit of my job in helping your classmates through this program. It's one of the strengths of the VOTP is how we help each other.
For giving us this wonderful program, VOTP. And yeah, 1 year ago, I just moved to San Francisco, and I was very, very shy and unconfident. Confident, yeah. And I was scared to speak English with others. But I'm so lucky because I appreciate Robert. Yeah, I remember I wrote because I was not a student in City College. I wrote an email to Robert and I introduced myself and I said I wished I can join this VOTP program. And Robert gave me opportunity to join the orientation. And then, I joined this wonderful program, VOTP.
Also known as the man the behind the wall, the guy who's making everything work. I want to thank you for stepping up and being the engineer of our class. I know you're an engineer in China, and I've always tried to get you to be more of a presence in our class. And so it was really cool that we all got to know you and your management style through the orientation. So I think that was a big highlight. That's when we all got to know who you are. And in all the roles of VOTP, I would say that you're one of the big doers of our class. He and I would get together at the beginning of every class just to have a little session with just him and I, because he was always early. He was always early to my Zoom sessions, and many times it would be just him and me having a little chat.
Hi guys, first of all, I want to thank our teacher, Robert, and thank you so much for the patience and hard work in class. And I thank you for giving me an amazing experience in the past year in VOTP. I still remember the question first in my VOTP class. Robert asked us, why are you interested in VOTP? Maybe some classmates wanted to improve their English, just like me. Maybe some wanted to learn some new technical skill or prepare to search for next new job. But I think there's is still an important thing. There is making friends. So I am glad to be your to be a student, and I'm glad to be your guys' classmate and friends. And I receive a lot of help from you guys, and I appreciate it. today is our graduation day, and it's time to leave this class and go forward. So let me say congratulations, and we graduate from VOTP.
I think which we probably all agree, and that is, she said something like, I had it, but I didn't know I had it. So to me, that represents, I think, what Dan and I see in you very early. And we hope that you will, realize you have all these skills, you have all these great abilities, you have all this great experience, and now you feel more confident talking about it. So to me, that very summarizes kind of what we see, and I would say, I'm sure Dan agrees, that's one of our goals, is to help you realize all the great skills and experience and abilities that you have, so you'll feel more confident.
Sarah, you're so cool. I guess maybe it's the purple hair. That's what I always remember is the purple hair, And do you remember how many times have I said, "Can you unmute and start video?" You're never going to have to listen to me say that to you again, everybody. And I always enjoyed when you would show your face and be a presence in our class. Not only did you have a beautiful smile, but you also had a very sweet voice.
To meet you. I'm so happy to be here. I think it's been such a challenge for me and for everyone. I like to thank the teachers. Robert, thank you for your patience. Daniel, thank you for your patience too. I think from VOTP, I gain a lot of experience and I see so much growth in myself since, last year, and now I feel like I grew a lot. At the beginning of VOTP, my skills, even though I got it, I didn't know I have it. So thank you, Robert, for letting me know. And from my labs, I think it's been such a challenge semester. It's hard to be like with two schools. I have two schools, and it's hard to like manage my time. But it's a challenge that I think it's so much worth it because it's 6 months or so of real struggle, but I can feel like the things are gonna get easier now.
And I want to congratulate you today. You did it. You made it through. I know there was a lot of obstacles this semester for you too. And one of them was the fact that you were kind of far away.
Peter's usually the first one there in the Zoom, right? So we're like, good morning, Peter. We have a few minutes to chat. Peter's at all the in-person events, right? So I think that you represent the eager spirit of VOTP, being ready to go, wanting to be there, wanting to be a part of the community. I'm sure everyone who has worked with you over the past year feels that spirit of you being totally there and ready to participate.
We've heard from the engineer and the lawyer and the journalist. This is what I meant at the beginning about there being a wide variety of people with previous professions this semester, and it's been an honor to work with you. You were there. You were there all the time. Even when you didn't speak, I still appreciated your presence in the classroom. And I know that in the future, you will be using computers all the time.
After I came to the USA, I feel very sad because I cannot be a doctor again. Maybe in the future I still cannot be a doctor again. But I'm very lucky and very happy to take this program. This program just unite a big community, and we are all together Thank you, thank you.
You have been a very important presence in the class for your communication, your skills, your abilities. When I think of you, I think of a very skilled speaker. So you demonstrated your great speaking skills, ability to interact with an audience and control an audience at our last graduation. And then I know again we saw your great speaking skills demonstrated during the orientation. So, so you have the ability to speak confidently and clearly in front of a group of people.
I don't know what's brighter, the diamond in your ear or the sparkle of your smile. There's a lot of times in class where you don't have your video on, and boy, I miss it. I really do, because you are so talented. I've said this before in discussions, but if you're not a star already, you're gonna be a star. You're gonna be a star someday because you really are brilliant in every meaning of the word, And so I challenge you to take that and use it to your advantage. As Robert said, be confident and show your best strengths, which really is, your smile and your personality. So congratulations. I know you have a bright future. Please stay in touch with the VOTP.
I am. It's an honor for me, guys, to be here, and standing in front of all of you here. I am extremely happy because to be here celebrating this wonderful day. I mean, our graduation, right? There is nothing more amazing than showing or to see the results of your hard work. And it's been not easy, like going through all these assignments, especially my lab IT. But we go through all of that and we did it, guys. We did a good job, and I feel very proud about that. I feel proud of you too because we did it together. So I have like a phrase from like B.B. King that say, um, the beauty of learning is that nobody can take that away from you. So we are more that before of now, right? So um, there is no basically words that I can say to express like how grateful I am to be part of the VOTP. During the whole year that I have been here, I have been learning a lot of valuable knowledge and developing skills that I know that are gonna help me any job that I choose, and it's gonna go with me anywhere I go. But you have to remember that we are rock stars, we are VOTP, and VOTP never give up.
And, we get busy during graduation. And I was like hot and I was like really thirsty. And Zoe came up to me with a bottle of water and said, "Would you like some water?" And I remember, to me that symbolized, I'm sure you've experienced this as well, that Zoe is very caring and attentive and watching out for other people. And so to me that kind of, ever since then I've watched and realized, yeah, that's your personality, right? You're really kind and helpful.
I guess I didn't realize until today where this personality comes from. It's because she's a mom. She takes care of these kids that look just like you. They're gorgeous. And I think that is, you're like a mom to some of the students in this class too. Because like JC, you guys help your classmates so much. You make my job so much easier, and you make this class so much more successful by giving. So you're such a generous person to give to your classmates and help.
Recruit before, and someday I just come to the class and Robert asked me to have interest to join VOTP program. I said yes, and really thank you, both of you, Robert and Daniel, gave me this chance. And I'm really happy can join this big family because I learned a lot from each other, all of you. And I hope someday in the future we can have a bright future. We can also find a very wonderful job and become a successful person in
Using the horses with people with disabilities, your experience representing, like, when there's trying to consider, for example, whether to do the recommendations or not, your perspective on, how the recommendations could, maybe not be fair. And so I feel like, to me, that's a representative example of what you have been to this class throughout the whole year.
You're unstoppable. Your personality is unstoppable. You can't help but know who she is and what she's about and how friendly she is and what a contributor she is. I came to depend on you to do those demonstrations, to help your classmates with their demonstrations, to annotate on my screen, to be a leader, to be a contributor. I didn't even have to ask you. You did it no matter what.
My goal is keep learning, but I think it's not about titles, it's not about degrees, it's not about what you study, it's about what you can give. Teaching is an art. Not everybody can do it. Everybody is willing to learn, but not everybody is willing to help to teach. So I had in my life some teachers. They told me, "You talk a lot. Just stop talking. Oh, you're not going to be successful if you can keep doing this." And you know what I did? I decided to ignore them, and I decided just to follow the path and examples of good teachers like we have here who believe in us. And no, it's not just so. Sorry. If you want to do something, you have to believe in yourself first. But how much you can get if somebody else is believing in you, if somebody else is willing to help you. So just ignore the voices that says you cannot do it and try it, because that's the first step to get whatever you want in this life.
You've been so important to this program as a trusted advisor, right? I knew that Leo has the ability to quickly learn and use the things that she learns, that you learn, and to see the big picture. Like, sometimes we have an idea or we're trying to do something, but sometimes it's not always clear, like, why we're doing something. And you quickly learned and understood, like, the big picture. So that's one reason why I counted on you so much, is because I knew that you kind of understood what I was doing. You understood what everybody needs. You learn quickly. You're super intelligent. And so you've been really important, a leader, a true leader, right? And also I remember last semester when I asked you to be a coordinator of the recruiting process, that I realized that, even though you're kind of young, that you're like super mature. And I recognized this like leadership quality in you early, right?
So grateful that I have this opportunity to take this program, to meet a lot of wonderful people that help me a lot to like have that confidence, because you all maybe can see more abilities that I can see myself. So thank you so much, Robert, for your words again. That means a lot for me, because you have been a great teacher. I would say one of the best teachers I've never had in my life. And yeah, also VOTP. I will say that before I take VOTP, when I applied for this program, and they sent me the email that I was accepted, I didn't want to answer, because I was like, maybe I cannot do it. My English is not good enough. And I wait until the last moment to answer the email.
If we have an issue, we need something, that you are going to be there. And that's really important for this program. You've been there so many times. I want to thank you for your many contributions to this program. I first saw you in Darley during last semester's graduation, And to be honest, I thought maybe you guys were related. You both had so many of the same characteristics. And it starts with that bright personality and that shining smile.
No, to the right. One, two,